Warning: this video contains information outlining an extremely valuable business opportunity that will only be available for a limited time, so act fast. Watch multiple times if needed. Do you or someone you know have a business that would benefit from increased revenue, effective sales and marketing, and standing out from the competition? Of course you do. Well, search no further and be sure to tell your friends that the answer is simple.
Yes, it is. Hi, I'm Patrick Carone. I'm fresh in the job market, and you or someone you know may be able to benefit from this opportunity. Let me explain. Some say history repeats itself. I believe this is true unless you carve out your future. But I'm going to quickly highlight how I dominated in these areas in the past for my previous employers. Then you can let me know if you want me to do the same for you. If this doesn't apply to you, it may to someone that you care about. Please tag people in the comments section and share with your social network. I really appreciate it. In my most recent position, I was a demand generation specialist with the industry-leading retailer of chiropractic equipment and supplies, Script Hesco. I basically bridged the gap between the marketing and sales department. Besides traveling nationally for trade shows, it was my job to uncover leads and to work with the outside sales reps to help close my qualified leads. During my 18 months at Script Hesco, I generated over $2.1 million and achieved an average quarterly sales quota of 203%. That's over $1 million of unexpected revenue that I brought to the table. Before Script Hesco, I was a senior national advisor with Career Education Corporation for almost 6 years. In 2012 and 2013, I was the number one advisor out of over 300 advisors within general admissions. In 2012, my quota was 65 students. I did 131. And in 2013, my quota was 66 students. I did 109. With the average cost of the degree being about $44,000, that means I brought in about $4.8 million on top of what I was going to achieve within that 2-year span. By the way, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the odds of getting struck by lightning are 1 in 1,042,000. And the odds of me being the number one advisor out of 300 advisors 2 consecutive years in a row is less than 1 in 900,000. It's not quite getting struck by lightning status, but you get the point.
Thanks, God!
Thanks, Doc. But my name's Patrick. The majority of my success can be contributed to my level of creativity. I have the ability to play out different scenarios in my head and visualize how those events are likely to play out. It's hard for me to describe, but ideas just pop in my head when I'm faced with a challenge. This helps me choose or create the right path. While working in the admissions department with Career Education Corporation, I discovered a segment of our audience that was not properly being marketed to. They were eligible for discounted tuition through the Education Alliance program, but were never informed. I worked this angle on my own and was very successful with it. So successful that in 2013, management told me the marketing department was going to replicate what I did on a larger scale. In 2014, the marketing department asked to meet with me a few times to pick my brain on how to reach students more effectively. One time I suggested several email templates and then was asked back months later to help design them. The marketing department really liked my ideas, so that inspired me to pursue my MBA marketing, which I completed towards the end of 2014. I was Script Hesco's first demand generation specialist and their first employee to actively use Salesforce. At one point, I was managing over 300 live opportunities from all over the world for their outside sales reps. Salesforce was an amazing CRM tool to use in that position, and I'm happy I was there to learn what it takes to integrate Salesforce in a company's system for the first time. Albert Einstein has a famous quote that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's very easy for companies and employees to become too comfortable and get stuck in their ways. The way I see it, average efforts equal average results, and I'm not willing to settle for average. I really enjoyed finding new ways to increase revenue in my previous positions. I've learned there's usually a right way, many wrong ways, and an unlimited amount of unexplored options for every situation. This video is a perfect example. I voluntarily left my job less than 2 weeks ago because I felt like I wasn't living up to my true potential. Since then, I've turned my garage into a studio, wrote a script, bought a camera, and even taught myself how to use some new video editing softwares through YouTube videos. All of this so I can position myself in front of my target audience like they've never seen before. If I can use my creativity, vision, and drive to achieve all this in less than 2 weeks, imagine what I can do for your company when I'm actually getting paid for results. I know I can handle almost any job that comes my way, but it's really hard for me to nail down exactly what I want to do. But I have mapped out 2 directions: my reality and my passion. My reality is sales. I feel like I can work smarter and harder than most, so a position where I can earn what I'm worth is very appealing. Whatever it is, I'll crush it, but I only want to sell honest products and services. A big paycheck isn't worth screwing people over in my book. My passion is marketing. My creative side thrives in the ability to come up with innovative ways to accomplish tasks or solve problems. I appreciate when I see a company use a new angle or try a new approach. And I would like to be the person to make that happen in one form or another. I hope you're still watching because you can see the value I could bring to the table. We should talk about what I could do for you and your company. My resume should be in the first comment below. But if a good friend of mine ended up sharing this video and it's not present, you can send me a message or an email. I'll be happy to send you my resume and references. But until then, my LinkedIn profile is set to public if you'd like to check that out. Thank you for your time and for sharing this video. I look forward to connecting with you. Have a great day.